Oh my goodness. Well, oh man. Hmm. I hate when things happen like that. That is. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. There's snow on the ground. It's just I don't think it's as much snow as we thought it was, but it is quite chilly. Good morning. I keep forgetting today's a holiday. I every Martin Luther King Day I like to go back and listen to his speech. Um no matter how old I get or how old the speech gets, it is super empowering. If you haven't heard the speech or you have heard a speech a long time ago, I always encourage others to listen to the speech. There's no hate in his speech. He reminds me of this quote that, like, I always say, and don't make fun of me. Okay, flowers grow in the rain, not thunder. And he is the brain. He's very peaceful and he gets his point across so elegantly. And so every year I listen to his speech because I find it empowering. I find it boosts my morale and it finds me to like go after my dreams even harder. Um so I do that. I listen to his speech every year. So I had a really crummy night last night. I got up at like 12, 2, 4, and then I got up late right now. Got up at 8:30. I had enough time to wash my face and get a cup of coffee. You never seen snow come from the sky. Yeah, it's very yes, I had a dream speech. Yeah, I the snow coming from the sky yesterday was just it was glorious. I finished a bag yesterday, and I usually try to take a picture outdoors, especially because I live in Maryland. And we generally have like Freddy Cougar skies. It's not like bright sun. Like one of my favorite things I miss about Arizona, I always say that it feels like God turns on a light bulb there. If you've never been to Arizona, the sun is so bright. I feel like one of the reasons why that is one of the states that has like the least amount of depression is because the sun is out all the time. Yes, there's heat, but the sun is miraculous. Like even the winter months or the spring or the fall, the sun is still very prominent out there and it's it's glorious. Like it does there with California, there's a lot of smog, pollution, and fogs and all that. But there's something about Arizona and the brightness of it. That's what I for the 3 years that I lived there, that's what I one of my favorite things about there is how bright it is. You were able to do things for longer parts of the day because it was out and about in the sun. So, out here, it's a little bit different. It's glorious because of the beautiful trees. There's trees everywhere you look. Like it because there is trees and a lot of grass. Like my allergist said, if you live in Maryland, you have allergies. You like, there's just no way. You close your eyes and you just reach out your hand and you're touching a tree anywhere you go. There's like so much forest around us, and foliage around us. So I love that about it because it feels like there's a lot of untouched land. So I like you become appreciative of it. Like it's glorious, but at the same time, it's pretty hilarious because when the foliage grows back in during spring and summer, you can completely miss out on buildings and landmarks because it is completely covered with foliage, and you're just like, "I did not know this existed." I had no idea that there was, like, an area in Colombia where it's kinda like a hospitality lane where it's like a whole area of restaurants, and I had no idea until one winter I went to Costco and I seen it was right across the street, so I nosily went over there, and it has, like, every restaurant known to man, but I had no idea for, like, 5 years living in here that there was, like, a restaurant hospitality lane, and I just never seen it because you can't see it from the roads, and you can't see it when you're driving into, like, Costco, so I was it's very interesting. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, everyone. So, yeah, that's basically yesterday, I'm still congested, but I after I finished my backpack, I like treatment. It's just I think I just have a bad sinus infection. I, with the sinus infections, when you have chronic sinus infection, you kind of have to flip a coin whether or not you're going to take antibiotics. One thing about chronic sinus infections is that people that have it have to kind of make a choice about antibiotics or not. If you take antibiotics every time you have one, your body starts to be you starts to develop immunity towards them, and that is a horrible thing to have because if you ever get pneumonia or you have something that you have to get in the hospital for and they had to put like intravenous antibiotics to you, your body kind of can be like reject them or be have no effect on you. So you have to kind of balance it out. Um, I feel like it's getting better, but it's still super annoying. Like, if you asked me, like, 7 days ago from this day, I would've been like, "I'm dying," but I feel better. So, yesterday I made a backpack, and we all know Shinova loves backpacks, but I wanted to do one that I haven't done a lot, for a while, is the Terracota bag from Country Cow. If you're not aware, I'm a fan of all designers, but there's some Country Cow has this organic feel to it, like, the way she constructs her bags it comes effortlessly together. So when you first get her patterns, there's a bazillion pattern pieces, and you're like, how is all this going to come together? As soon as you interface everything, you're like, okay, it's not that bad. You put your clips on, your label on everything, you're like, okay. And then it just sews up so fast. And I love how Joe and Adam's patterns are. Like they'll have like a picture right here and they'll have a description. They'll have another picture right here and a description. So it's not like in a comic book style where there's, like, multiple pictures on a page and just, like, description, it's more like kind of like a textbook. So there's a row of pictures and then a row of text, and for some odd reason, my little ADDH mind loves how Joe does it because it's easier for me to follow looking down one row of pictures and one row of instructions. So most pattern designers have like the comic book style where there'll be like figure A, figure B, like and they're everywhere, and then they'll have directions. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm used to that because that's what I test for. But whenever I test for Joe and Adam, or whenever I purchase a pattern from them, I can rest assured it's try and true. Pictures down one side and directions on the other. And you got to absolutely love that. Good morning. Yes, Arnetta, it's very cold here. Yeah, you do. Karen, you're absolutely right. You develop it. And it's something that people don't talk about. Chronic sinuses, if you have it, you have to make a choice on whether or not you're going to take antibiotics. And I choose not to. And it's not because I don't believe in antibiotics. No, your girl believes in them. I believe in them. Trust and believe. I believe in them. I just don't want to build an immunity towards them. And that's it. Get some kind of weird super bug, and I have to take it. And my body's like, guess what? We reject this. so so it just you're gonna get different like baritone, raspy jazz singer voices, which I'm not mad at. I like when my voice goes deeper. I feel like I'm embodying some Billie Holiday vibes and I'm getting here for you. I'm here for it. Now, does it feel good inside my throat? Oh no. But that's what those little Chlorexoptic drops are for. So I know, Lynette, you guys need to stay warm because they're talking about the panhandle going below freezing and that you guys are gonna get dumped like 3 to 6 inches of snow. And The problem is because all the other states around you are in a state of emergency, they don't know how many salt trucks can go to you guys. So just be very careful. Please get all the things that you guys need in the panhandle states and in Louisiana and Alabama. Please, please, please go get whatever you need before the snow drops, because the fact that you guys are not prepared, not you as individuals, but your states are not prepared for salt trucks and snow shovels and things like that is very worrying. So if you have to take medication and you're running low, go to the pharmacist, get everything you have to get, because you don't know how long you're going to be snowbound in your house because you don't have the capability of driving or having things salted and stuff. So just be prepared and just be safe. And again, I can't stress this enough. Please, please, please check on the vulnerable elderly. If you see someone on the street, if you have an extra blanket to spare, if you can write down a number to a like a halfway house or a house that can help somebody stay indoors while this storm is coming in through, do so. And again, my heart goes out to the pets. If you see strays, please call your local VCA or call your local animal control, because they are taking them in and trying to make sure they stay warm, fed, and have a roof over their head. Please do so. Okay, so you understand, like, you get it then. Like, whoever has chronic sinus infections completely understand. There's a difference between people that get sinus infections like once a year, maybe twice, and versus a person that can get them on a monthly, sometimes by like 2 times a month, and it sucks. It literally sucks because you're like, you finally get diagnosed and you're like, "Yeah, I know what's wrong with me." And then your doctor looks at you and be like, "You have to decide if you're gonna take steroids, you have to decide if you're gonna take antibiotics, and you have to decide because your body can start becoming immune to it." And you're like, "Okay, I figured out I have a solid, diagnosis, and now everything with this medication is on me." So, yay. So, hey, I know. You're gonna see some snow. Again, hold on. I will hold. Give me a minute. Let me throw this guy. There's a couple weather guys that I think they're better than, like. No offense if Al Roker, if you watch this, which I very much doubt that you'll be watching me, but they're better than the Al Rokers and all these people. They're just like on it when it comes down to weather, like, they're on it. Let me see. My ta Okay, I try to have my tablet set up the same way as my phone, and it's not. So, like, on my phone, the home screen is the YouTube, and on my tablet, it's the 3rd screen, and I always, always forget. But I'm gonna give you guys a couple of links to some different YouTubers that I one subscribe to, and that give you like hour by hour and better news, to me, better news updates. And the reason why I say this is because they're not just looking to the American Doppler, they're looking at Germany's Doppler, Canada's Doppler, all these other Dopplers that are around, which is very important because right now, Germany's Doppler, if we were going to play a betting game, Germany's Doppler is kicking Americans' butts Dopplers by far. So, like, talking to other people, seeing other people that understand these Dopplers and are trying to um give more information about it. So this is one guy, and you don't have to subscribe, but just click on the link and you'll see what he's talking about the panhandle states and Louisiana. Louisiana is supposed to be getting anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow. Louisiana. Let me repeat that. These are unprecedented things, situations that they haven't seen since either 1993 or have not seen since they've been recording. So just keep in mind that you have to just be very, very cognizant about the weather right now and just stay on top of it. I know Alabama's supposed to be getting hit. I know the Carolinas are supposed to be getting hit, but just, you know, pay attention. I'm trying to see where my other guy is. My, like my, if you were to, like, scroll through my YouTube thing, you'll be like, "Shanova, you watch a lot of, unusual." It's usually true crime, or I like those messy stories where this people break down TikTok stories that were, like, in 10 parts into, like, 30 minutes. I don't know, it's like watching a telenovela. I can't explain why I like it. It entertains me. Yeah. Yes, and that's the thing that is very, very scary right now. Brittany, my husband is from New Louisiana. He's from Folsom. And he went to LSU, St. Augustine. Like he's my Louisiana boy. So when he's seeing this, he's calling family and friends because this can be something that knocks out generators, knocks out power because this is not something that they're used to. There's no salt trucks out there and all that stuff. It's, like, crazy. Yeah, they're closing down bridges, it's pretty serious, like, it's just I so I'm just gonna give you, just a couple. There's a couple of people I do watch, and there's a couple people I'm like, I do not watch on my, on the weather thing. I don't like watching the weather on the news, like, it literally never gives you enough information. So, I just been turning to, like weather on the go on YouTube and stuff like that. There's just Max Velocity. I don't know if you guys heard of him. He's another one. I love his voice. I feel like if anyone deserves to have a channel, like being a part of the Weather Channel or a station, Max Velocity does. His voice sounds like a weather guy. He is amazing. Um I told you, like, in another life, I would have been one of those people that chase storms. I don't know why I'm infatuated with the weather so much, but I am. So, there you go. I put these 2. These are, like, just 2 out of the many people that I watch. They've been up to date on it, and there's another storm coming in where Canada's cold is coming in that it's going to hit the Mid-Atlantic and, the new like, the east. There's a couple of storms coming in this week. So you guys, we just have to be prepared. Not fear, because remember I talk about fear is used a lot in like in everything we do to make people buy things and stuff that we don't need. We don't need to work in fear. We need to work in confidence and work on trying to help our family and others. That's the most important part. The part that I'm going to emphasize is others, because there's a lot of other people that desperately need help that sometimes we gloss over and pretend doesn't. Some people pretend like they don't exist. There are people that are living on the streets that are in this situation, and this is when the death tolls start happening because these people have nowhere to go. So if you do know of a veteran hospital that are taking former, veterans, which there's a lot of veterans that are on living on the streets, or if you see a single woman up there, if there's a woman shelter, or if there is a man shelter, or a shelter that's a family shelter, if you just like write the information down on the card and like pass them a blanket with the card, that you're doing something. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a blanket from Target and Walmart. If you have a Habitat for Humanities or a secondhand store, they have blankets for like pennies on the dollars, and you can just quickly wash them to make sure that they're clean and pass them out. And then again, animals. I'm totally gonna Bob Barker you. I believe I am going to tell you, if you see a stray cat or dog, I'm not saying to bring it in your house because you don't know if it has like rabies, fleas, or whatever, or cat AIDS. I'm really infatuated about this because I'm not understanding about that. And it's very anyway, that's a whole nother deep dive. I'll talk about it another day. But anyways, you need to call your local vet, VCA or animal control or someone that is taking in animals during this this weather phenomenon. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's really cold right now. So yeah, we turned off the water too. Some people say do the slow drip, but my thing is if it's gonna be 5 degrees, it's gonna freeze that slow drip. So what we do is we put from the basement, we put aluminum foil This doesn't the hand gestures don't help. My husband say I make the weirdest hand gestures. Okay. We put aluminum foil around the pipes, and then you can get the oodle noodles, those pool noodles that everyone gets in the summer, and then you can put them on top of it, and it kinda insulates it, because the piping is we turn off the piping from the outside, so, like, none of the water hoses or anything goes from there. The water from the inside, we just put, if there's any piping exposed in the inside of the basement, we just put the oodle noodle thing in here. The basement does get cold, but it doesn't get, like, below anything. So it's usually the coldest I've seen it get into the basement is 25, and when it's that cold, I usually have the space heater that can heat up 3 rooms in the basement, so yeah, -1 in Illinois, woo! That's like, you don't need coffee then, you're just like, "I'm up." It's the ice cold is like putting daggers in my face. So yesterday, again, I was sewing a bag, and I love the terracotta bag from Country Cow because it's like seriously underrated. It is a cool bag. Every time I make a couple of them, they're like one of the first bags that sell at my Comic Cons because it doesn't look like a normal bag and it has like a lot of features. But let me tell you, because this is not a binding bag, it's a birthing bag. And if you try to bind it, it'll be quite interesting because the base has is a square that has like 3/8 of an inch notches or half inch of notches on the side for a very particular reason because you have to put the gusset in completely different. And so, I'm like, I'm gonna birth this bag. And I was like, this is why I hate birthing bags. And but I did have fun. It birthed really nice and it came out cool. So let me show it to you. So this is the terracotta bag. So I used a water resistant canvas on this that looks kind of like, it looks like a linen. And then I use vinyl on here. When you open this up, this is a magnetic closure. You have a zipper pocket here. And then you have a slip pocket here. All right. This pocket on this is a cargo pocket. So you have a little bit more room, about an inch more room to stuff it in. And it closes with a magnet. On the back, I modified this. She has a pattern for really nice sleeves, but I wanted to do I'm a big fan of the ladder locks. I just like the way they look in bags. I think it gives it like a professional edge, and I feel like you're actually saving on hardware. When you do the other ones, you're gonna need a slider and a rectangle ring or something. So that's 4 pieces of hardware versus two. So this is these are my these are not the straps that come with it. These are my straps that I made and actually we're doing it in Patreon, and I just wanted to make sure that they would be perfect sizing for the Dreamer Pack, which they are. And then on here, I have a piece of foam going down the center so that there could be a little bit of cushion. And then, of course, we have our nice gray that does it. Now, the inside of this bag doesn't have a lot of pockets. It just has a regular zipper pocket. So right there. But I do have some Studio Ghibli zipper pulls on the main ones. I got the soots. And I think this bag is adorable. And it's very lightweight because it uses foam, which I'm a huge fan of. And again, it's ready to go. And I love the way this turned out. I ran out of gray zipper tape. Hold on. I ran out of gray zipper tape. So I used this light blue because some of the characters had some light blue and in some colorways, and I thought, let's go for it. It gives it a little pop of color. I was going to do like a color blocking one that was like stripes because I love throwing weird zipper tape colors in because it kind of grabs your attention. It's like adding an asset to something without it whatever being there. And then of course it has that back strap detail and I used to have a little bit. I used to use globally. The reason why I love doing bags like this is it doesn't have to use a whole roll of your vinyl because again, custom vinyl can cost anywhere from 18 to 20 something dollars. So using a small portion means I still have tons of it left, but yet then I utilize it so it could feel like a Studio Ghibli bag. This waterproof canvas came from Emmeline Bags, and holy smokes, I want to buy some more. This faux linen is like fire. Um and I'm really feeling this bag. So if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I'm obsessed with backpacks. I don't know. That's like my favorite thing to make. Um, so I did that yesterday. I don't know what I'm gonna make today. Um, I have no idea what I'm gonna make today, but I do know I want to do something with my laser. That's all I know. The pattern is from Country Kind. It's called a I said it earlier. Let me see if I can pull it up. Either a terracotta. Let's see. Doo, doo, doo. I'm gonna get the link. Again, there's no affiliate codes. These are just patterns that I love to make. Okay, fair warning. There is a lot to cut out. Do not let that be a deterrent. You're gonna have oh yeah, Lynette, I swear to God, I need you. I need you because I don't know why I keep forgetting my nameplates. I need something that says, "Look, girl, put your nameplate." I need like a magnet that goes on every machine. Be like, "Don't forget your nameplate." I don't know why. I can remember everything else in a bag but my nameplate. Like I was like, I need to call Lynette when I make it back. So she'd be like, Shanova, can you pick out your nameplate right real quick? Yeah. Just tape it to the front of your machine real quick. Because it's bad. I have no idea why I'm so bad at that. But if you guys, I'm gonna give you the link to it. But if you have a chance, go look at the terracotta. Go look at all the country cow bags. Like Joe and Adam is killing it. And I also have like a soft spot for people that can like it's a husband and wife team. It wasn't always just a husband and wife team. It was just Joe, but like over the past 2 years, Adam has been sewing and he sews on a fabricator, Joe sews on a domestic, and they together create patterns and things that can be great for domestic as well as an industrial. Like they're a freaking team and I'm like always excited when they come out with a pattern because it makes me squeal because I know for sure this pattern is going to be great if for a domestic machine and um great for a industrial. I'm telling you, I need a magnet that says girl, put your nameplate on. Like it has to be kind of aggressive. You can't be like, please put your nameplate on. It needs to have like a girl like in all caps and then put your nameplate on. And the thing is I know where I wanted to put it. At first, I don't like having my nameplate on the front. I was gonna put it right here, but then I was like, oh, it'll be really cute just to do it like right here. So it's just in the cut or have it up here. And I'm just sewing, sewing, sewing. When I birthed it, I was like, I didn't put my nameplate on. It is what it is. It has a magnet that says that, put your nameplate on. Okay, I have to mosey over to Jolie Lee because seriously, I don't know what's wrong with me. And like I always forget that. And if the bag comes with like a keychain thing, I always forget that too. I don't these two things always slip my mind. I have no idea why. Yeah, because Joe and Adam are like they have mad skills and they're super talented. And then at first, like every time I get their patterns, I'm not gonna look. They'll be like pattern V. I'm like, we're already in V. This is a lot of pieces, Joe. And then when you put it all together and interface and everything, you're realizing it's not as you're just like coming together and putting it together. It comes together so effortlessly. It's amazing. And I really appreciate that they don't um seam jump. Hear me out. For those who do seam jump and you're watching my channel, it's nothing personal. It's just how my ADH brain works. Okay, it's not you. It's me. Um, I like the fact that in the beginning they're like, it's 3/8 of an inch and top stitching is 1/8 of an inch and basting is 1/8. So when I'm working on them, if it says if I'm basting, I know it's 1/8. If I'm putting something together, it's 3/8. So I'm not having to like glance down and highlight areas that the pattern may or may not have a 1/4 of an inch or a half inch thing. So the fact that they don't do that, I feel very comfortable, actually reading from my tablet, like, just printing out the pattern pieces and reading from my tablet. I can't do that with a lot of people. When a person, like, pattern jumps, like, measurements I have to print out the pattern because I need to highlight that this is where the measurements are going to be a little bit different. So I love that they do that, and they're really, really I don't know, they're just really awesome. And come on, do you know another backpack that has like this cute little shape? This is adorable. Now, the construction of the gusset is it's gonna be familiar but different. It's gonna be familiar if you sewn the hitchhiker, you're gonna know how to do it automatically. If you haven't sewn it, then you're gonna be like, "What the what the what?" But it has a similar gusset to the hitchhiker. For those who have done Patreon with me, you know how to do it. It has a very similar technique, and it makes sense. And I once you do it, then you try to figure out why don't other people do this technique with the gusset. But when you have it like this, you really can't like top stitch because of how they put it together. So it's chef's kiss. And again, look, oh my God, I'm like, I haven't put my strap on, but you obviously know I like Country Cow. This is Country Cow. Like, I love Country Cow. I love them. It's just their patterns just come very easy. Um, I don't know, just I love the way they come together. I love the Sedona backpack. My son had wore that for like 2.5 years before he like utterly destroyed it. They have solid patterns. My husband wears the Keymont when he's just having to bring a tablet to work and just paperwork. So like my family carries a lot of Country Cow design work. Yeah, yeah, I backstock, you're right, does do that. If you're familiar with there's certain people that do this one particular thing, and if you can conquer that one step, you can do the hitchhiker. I tell you guys all the time, but it's very hard for some of you. The hitchhiker is not overly complicated. It's just learning how to do the gusset and matching your corners. Once you got that down, it's all chef's kiss. And the easiest way to match your corners is matching it and then stapling it 1/8 of an inch so that you're not stapling it within the seam allowance and you're good to go. So like the hitchhiker looks a lot more complicated than what it actually is, and, that's the reason why I always make it, like, it's fast for me to make, it's just the details and the treatments that I do to my bag are different than other people, like, my outside is always different than everybody else because that is what I do, I like to make it super unique. It's so funny because I always forget which ones I do, and then, like, people will like them in creative bag making or in the bit needle group, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot I did it that way." Like, there's a steampunk one that I completely forgot about that people are, like, keep liking in, I guess, creative bag making, and I was like, "Yeah, I totally forgot about that bag." Sold, like, the minute I posted it, like, that's why I completely forget about it, and that one was made with, like, canvas and leather and all that stuff, so if you now that the Hitchhiker's open again, I highly recommend you to get it just in case if the owner, like, decides, "Hey, it's too much and I wanna back out," which she has that right, get it. Just get it. You'll be surprised how fast it comes together. And that one, again, has very unique pieces, but if you cut everything out and follow the directions and her directions are funny. She has, like she has, like, little jokes and little quips throughout the bag, and it's funny, kinda like, if you read Shannon, like, especially, like, the Aries or something, she has, like, little jokes that carry on to the answers to the other page, which makes me wanna read it because it feels like the choose your own adventure books that I used to have when I was in middle school. So, like I love reading certain patterns because sometimes the designer just goes ham and have fun with it. Let's see. Yeah, the steampunk I love steampunk too, and the thing is that that particular design was because someone asked me, "Can you make it as a steampunk bag?" And I was like, "Yes, I can." And I had my handles are not like anyone else's. They're not inside of the connector. It's built completely different. And somebody was like, "Do you have recent pictures?" I'm like, "I think I made that in 2020 and that sold like the day I made posted it." Yeah. Yeah, you are. When do you guys are practically neighbors. Okay, yeah, whenever if Kat's working on that, she needs me on her team. Like, literally, I've been working waiting for treasure chests for, like, 5 years now. Like, come on, like, I seen, Christine Appgate, I think her name, she made one of the demos, and I was like, "I've been waiting for this." I have a theme already in my head, or whenever it comes out, I'll buy that pattern. So like, I bought the Elvira, I've made the Elvira, that one's very interesting too. It's really weird because Kat's instructions are not like they're not gonna be like a, Alexis or Erica from Lavender and Twine. It's more comedic. So, like, to me, I feel like she knows that her pattern is gonna be complicated, but she's so busy making you laugh throughout the pattern that you feel at ease. If that makes sense to you, like, it's a weird thing. Like, I felt comfortable the first time I made a hitchhiker because her pattern was hilarious. Like, especially when she was talking about birthing and it was, like, gonna be the 7 rings of hell. I was like, "Oh my who puts that in a pattern?" And I could not stop laughing, and because I was laughing, it put me at ease and I wasn't tense, like, "I can't do this, I can't do this." And that is another skill on what's that's why I told you every designer has their own special thing, and because she was making me laugh, I didn't feel tense making it. I can't explain it. If you have the hitchhiker, just print it out or look on your screen and read the directions. You will laugh hilariously, and this is what's gonna make you be like, "Oh, this is easy," because she makes you laugh. Though you know this is an advanced pattern, you'll be done, and when you're done, you're gonna feel victorious, like you can make any bag you want. And it's because the way she comes at you, she's not being technical, she's being she's making you laugh. She's like letting you know this bag is hard, but during this process, I'm gonna walk you through it and I'm gonna make you laugh like hysterically. Yeah, I can let me get the link. Va-do-do-do. One moment, I'm sorry. No affiliates. I just been work. I if you go into the actual group and you search my name, you can see I've made like 100 of these. It's a good seller. I put my Han Solo. You guys should remember last year I made a 2 years ago I made a Han Solo and a Princess Leia one, and they went into the art show and they sold. One sold for like 500 and the other one sold for like 750. It's a great bag to make. It's fun. It's a fun bag to make. And now it just comes second nature to me, and this bag will be fun for you to make, I promise. The instructions alone are hilarious. Yeah, if you aren't already subscribed, if you subscribe and hit that like button, it helps the channel. I'm really can't wait till I get to the 10K. I have things already. I have like templates for the 10K giveaway. I have like a huge box for a 10K giveaway. I'm not gonna lie. I've been I've been like gathering things every now and again so that way when I get there, and I'm not talking about, like, little templates, like, I'm talking about, like, the Louis templates from, Creation and not just, like, bag, like, you're gonna get the small and the medium, every rectangle and square piece, like, the whole 9 yards. So, I mean, like, your girl has been collecting and buying things, so that way, when I get to that level, I'll have, like, a massive, like, Oprah Winfrey giveaway. Like, "You get a car, you" I'm not giving a car, but I've always wanted to do that. So yeah, it's a big goal. I think I can get there. I feel like I can get there. I just need to be patience. Patience is a virtue. So, yeah, that is all I have for you today. I don't know what bag I'm gonna make. I probably gonna do something easy breezy because it's also there's so much going on today. So I know I want to be like hyper focused there for people, and especially for the people that are like in like sub-zero temperatures right now and they just need a friend to talk to. I want to be there. So just there, hey baby, Kindle, if you're not familiar, is my husband, and I don't. He put a snowman. So, um, I just want to say, stay warm, and again, check on the vulnerable and pets, and, and any animals. And I will talk to you guys in the morning. Okay.